anybody who has ever gotten a haircut from you. So how do you do that? One is going to be, you have to have your booking app, right? So you have your booking app, you have all your contacts, whether it be emails or phone numbers. You need to be blasting emails or text messages to these clients saying, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Offer them a discount. Even then, you can follow up with regular clients that through a text message, hey, haven't seen you in a while, come through, I'll give you $10 off, whatever. So if you're slow in the summertime and or you're building your clientele, make sure you're following up with your existing clientele. If you haven't seen them in a while, whatever the case may be, offer discounts, but you have a huge network of existing clientele that you can always reel in faster than getting a new client. I know 100% if I message a client that I haven't seen in a year, but I personally message them and say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Just want to let you know, $10 off, you come get a cut by me. They're going to come. They want that personal invite. It feels more, personal to them. And then they'll say, hey, I haven't got a great cut in a long time, whatever the case may be, unless they've moved out of state, whatever the case. But make sure you're following up with your existing. Every industry always follows up. Their biggest thing is follow up in any industry. So y'all need to make sure y'all following up with existing clientele, letting them know, reminding them they need haircuts, stuff like that. I have one client, and all my other clients, when they see this, they're going to be like, what? I'm just kidding. But I have one client that if he doesn't come get a haircut from me, if it's more than 7 days and he hasn't come, and he always messages me, and he's the only client that I really book through messages. But it's because he's VIP. He pays premium, and it's him and his 2 sons. So it's 3 of them, and, he pays me a premium price. So if he doesn't come for 7 days, I message him. Hey, bro, when you coming through? I said, put me down for tomorrow. Put me down for Tuesday, whatever. And this has been for like over 3 years. So for 3 years, if he doesn't text me within 7 days of his last haircut, and it's not like I'm counting the exact 7 days, but I'm just saying I know every week he comes for 3 years already. So if for whatever reason he doesn't book on that week, I message him. Hey, bro, what's up? When you coming in? Did you need me this week? When do you need me? And boom, every time it works. And that's a follow-up that like a lot of barbers wouldn't do, and you wouldn't even think I do that. But don't sleep on the follow-up. Is there anything else, bro?
No one cares if you're busy
I don't know if I want to say that. It was just because, like, dude, I had this graphic designer. I'm like, hey, bro, I need this, right? And it's like, I'm a barber, you're whatever. Like, everybody is literally busy. And he keeps telling me, sorry, I'm just so busy. I'm like, bro, no, okay, then just don't take on the task. If you're too busy, don't overpromise and underdeliver. Like, freaking just everybody's like, you're not more busier than me, with all due respect, bro. Like, it's just so weird. But every time, but I'm not gonna do that, because then he'll know I'm coming straight for the drug dealer, because he knows he was the one that said that. Hey, thoughts on shop owners not letting barbers sell product? That is ridiculous. So one of two things: if a shop owner is not letting you sell a product, there's something wrong. Because if you're a booth rent, you're an independent contractor. You are allowed to sell your own products at your booth to your clientele. And that should just be all around. If they have products in the shop that they want to sell, and they don't want you to sell your own, they only want you to sell theirs, they have to give you a commission on your sales of products. So I would say that that's ridiculous. If a barbershop owner is not letting you sell your own products, or not letting you sell their products and getting a commission off their products. Because I always preach that product sales are a huge way to increase your revenue as a barber. So cutting hair, you can almost double your haircut prices by just selling products on top of the haircut as well. So definitely, whenever this reel does come out, make sure to tag your barbershop owner and let them know that they need to let you sell some products, bruh. But if y'all got any other questions, y'all can ask some more questions. I put on the caption, let's talk about this, right? I'm tripping out, honestly, after these last couple shows that I've seen. But Clipper companies are coming out of the dirt and private labeling the same clipper, and it's kind of madness to me, and it's kind of weird. Every company has the same clipper with their logo on it, and it's like, what? They're private labeling, China clippers and then exploiting the industry, because it's not even, barbers making these clippers and whatnot. And it's just like, I know that they're probably not, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's the quality of them. Why do they keep making new ones? They're private labeling these clippers, and they're all the same clippers. They're just putting their logo on it. But then every week it's a new clipper dropping, because they have to drop whatever the manufacturer tells them. So that's how you know it's not a real clipper company, because a real clipper company tells the manufacturer what to make and then manufactures a clipper that they make or that they created or they designed. Versus these clipper companies now are just private labeling clippers from one manufacturer in China that's selling them to all these companies, and they're all the same clipper. And I don't know what y'all think about that. Isaac, are you going to be to Desire on July 28th? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see Sean Kingston at Desire on July 28th. I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado at Rumble in the Rockies being a guest judge. So I will miss Desire on July 28th. They're going to have Sean Kingston. Y'all need to go through. It's going to be super dope. Desire is the #1 club in San Antonio. Let's go. So what y'all think of these clippers all being the same? Does that mean anything to y'all? Y'all don't care? What's y'all's favorite clipper brand? Comment y'all's favorite clipper brand on the comments. Is there anything else on there, or that was the last one, right?
No, there's one more.
Okay, what was it?
The last one is engage with people and make sell to them. Rumble in the rock, and then that's the second one. Engage with people and make sell to them.
Okay, I got it. Okay, another huge thing I saw at least this weekend at the Texas Barber Expo, and this is going to be for any company that does a vendor booth at any show. Make sure the people that you have representing your booth or your company, that even if it's just you don't have to have somebody out there representing you, but if you have a barber representing you or if you're representing yourself, make sure you are standing out and going out of your way to engage with every person who passes your booth. Do not let people pass by and just kind of glance, see your products, and kind of walk by. Right when you see someone coming up to your booth, glancing at your products, engaging with you, you need to engage with them as far as, hey, how's it going? Are you looking for this or that? Or let me tell you why this product's different. Explain your mission statement. Explain your brand. Let people know. I feel like I was in the expo this weekend and walking around, and everybody's just kind of, at their booths, just chilling. Like, y'all want to buy, y'all could buy. If y'all don't, y'all don't. You know what I mean? And it's like, the way to really get out there is don't forget your roots. Don't forget the trenches, which is selling and having passion behind your product, behind your company, behind your mission statement. Make sure you're pushing this stuff. You know what I mean? This year was the first year that, I guess, influencer or whatever. But, I mean, anybody can attest, especially Texas Barber Expo. Rick, he can attest that I've been going to these things since the first year I was ever a barber. I had a vendor booth. And he can attest that I fucking grind my eyeballs out every time I'm at these shows. So if y'all think, oh, she just blew up on social media within this last year or 2 years. Nah, I got megaphones. I'm yelling at people to come to the booth, check out our products. I mean, I'm pushing. I'm in that grind, and I'm passionate about the stuff. So I just highly encourage anybody, even if it's y'all's first time getting a vendor booth, or even if it's your 20th time. So maybe you get so comfortable at these shows, you stop with that super high, heavy engagement, passionate, intercourse with people. What intercourse? What is that? That's not what I meant to say. What? I don't know what the word I was looking for, but I already lost my train of thought now too. But, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget that grind that you had and make sure you're engaging with new potential customers. The industry changes all the time. And so, I don't know. Interaction, engage in that. What I don't know. Rockies. Okay, yeah. All right, I already did that one. All right, cool. Any of y'all got any questions? Answer them right here. Any questions about barber battles, barber expos, competing, being a vendor, creating a brand, getting your own vendor booth, what expos you should attend. I kind of talked about that, but let me stress on that again, that, you know, look for the barber expos in your city. If there's no barber expos in your city, look for the barber expos in your state. If there's no barber expos in your state, look around to the expos you see that are being thrown in the U.S. See whichever the cheapest flight to whichever destination is cheaper and makes sense for you, and try to make it out to a barber expo. It's a great experience. It's networking's like unmatched. The people you meet, the friends you make. Another thing is, a lot of barbers are gonna go to meet their favorite barber influencer at these shows. Well, barber influencers are cool. Like, you could be homies with any barber influencer you want, because at the end of the day, we're all just barbers. We ain't Hollywood out there. We just want to be cool with everybody. We just want to network with like-minded individuals, and we just want to create a community. So definitely, like I said, next expo I'll be at, I've repeated this like 80 times, is going to be Rumble in the Rockies in Denver, Colorado, July 29th and 30th. I'll be a special guest judge, and I'm going to be live judging. So I got my GoPro, and I'm going to be live streaming my judging on each category so that y'all can interact with me and y'all can judge on. The thing is, I'm not going to put my score sheet, or I'm not going to give any feedback of to what I'm doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all the haircuts for each category, and I want y'all to interact on y'all's own. Y'all could even make y'all's own score sheets if y'all want, whatever. And I want to show y'all each cut, and at the end, you could see if the people that you had winning is the people winning. Because everybody always likes to say, too, you know, barber battles are rigged. There's politics. Bro, you are going to see a battle. There's no way it even can be rigged, because the winner is always the clear winner. And that's why I want to judge live, so that when I interact with y'all, y'all can all see that, hey, the best man's going to win, and most likely who y'all pick is most likely is going to win. Unless y'all don't know what a clean haircut looks like. But like I said, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to try to do like 4K, very good quality, and basically live judge, so y'all could judge along at home if y'all want. I think it's really cool. It's a dope concept. It's a way to interact with y'all and kind of get y'all to see what goes on at these expos live and see the dope haircuts that happen and what a competition's about. I just want to bring a lot of awareness to barber battles, expos, and competitions, because it's a growing industry and it needs to become more growing, because then that's how our industry grows and becomes respected as a real career and a respected field, because they have the biggest beauty shows you could ever imagine, you know, all over the U.S. Premiere, ISSY, all these huge beauty shows that are huge trade shows. And every industry has their own huge trade shows. Las Vegas is, you know, the main spot for all the trade shows, you know, tattoo expos, bar and restaurant expos, huge conventions, and every field has their own. Well, barbering has its own too, but it's more, you know, we need to raise the level so that it could be a lot of shows as big as the CT Barber Expo. And we can be respected as an industry as a whole. And let me know if you have any questions, y'all. Let's see. Hey, Cherry, I'm a 17-year-old female barber who is in my senior year this coming year, and I'm wondering if you have any advice for pushing out my brand at Blessed to the Bone, barber-wise, and individuals at expos. That's a great question. One, congrats on creating a brand at 17 years old. Congrats on being a female barber, and congrats on finishing out your senior year. So pushing out your brand. One, make sure you have, so you're 17 years old. So this is amazing that you have a brand. This is going to be some, okay, that's amazing that you have that brand. So make sure you screen record this right now. So put screen record so that you can look over this multiple times, and then you can YouTube these individual things that I'm telling you to do so that you can learn more about the things I'm telling you to do. So make sure you screen record this. But as a 17-year-old female barber, you're trying to get your brand out to more people barber-wise and individuals at the expos. So the first thing is going to be, make sure your brand has a strong foundation and mission statement. Blessed to the bone, whatever that means, make sure it's a strong mission statement so that you could build a community around this brand. This brand has to mean something to people, because people come out every day with barber brands, or not even just barber brands. People come out every day with different companies and, you know, t-shirt brands and all kinds of stuff. So as long as your mission statement around the brand is good, and then whatever products you're selling around that brand, make sure your products are quality products. Because if you start off low-end products, it's gonna make your follower, like, you can't get back a broken reputation. So if you say you're doing t-shirts, for instance, and you're doing little cheap t-shirts that aren't good quality, and it's because, oh, I'm just starting my brand, I'm trying to save some money. Well, when these people buy all these shirts or whatever and they're not good quality, they're not going to be a returning customer. So make sure you're putting out quality on your brand. And then also, to get it out to people, these are 3 easy ways to get your product out to more people. One is send free samples to influencers, and sometimes to people who have a lot of followers. Maybe they'll give you a shout out on your story, tag you. Make sure you also correspond with them, because obviously if you send it out, you have to get their address, right? So make sure you're corresponding with them. Hey, tell them just like you told me, people want to support people if they have a genuine story and they see someone grinding. It's not the opposite. So just let them know, hey, I'm a 17-year-old female barber. I have this brand and I want to send you some free products. If you could just like shout me out when you get them, even if it's just a story or whatever. So then another thing would be to, at the expos, you could get a vendor booth at expos. And from there, you can sell your products to all the barbers at the vendor booths. Like I said, make sure you're engaging with people, letting them know. Make sure your vendor booth's set up, you know, nice to where it looks like you have a legitimate brand. But it's also okay starting if you just have a table with some, whatever your brand is. Maybe you don't have backdrops or whatever. But make sure you're in there passionate, talking to everybody and letting them know who you are. A 17-year-old female barber pushing this brand. I'm building this brand. I'm just trying. Let them know your real story. That's going to center around your mission statement as well. And just make sure that, you know people want to support genuine people and genuine brands and people that are grinding. So that's another way. And then another way is obviously just posting on social media. Make engaging reels with your products. And, you know, you could even go as far as making a Shopify store and things like that. But there's a lot that goes into it, but those are a few ways to just get your feet wet. I'm super proud of you as a 17-year-old, because it's a lot, and it'll definitely take time. So don't expect crazy results overnight, especially because you're still growing and learning as an individual yourself. And that's it. Do you have a list of any hotels for the expo coming up in Colorado? Okay, so the expo coming up in Colorado, if you go to Rumble in the Rockies, it's on my Instagram page. If you go to that website, they have a discount code for hotels. It's going to be at the Gaylord Convention Center and Casino Resort. So there's hotel rooms where the event is, at the Gaylord Casino and Hotel Resort. Also, I'm sure there's hotels in the area, but go check out Rumble in the Rockies on Instagram, and you can click their link, and they're going to have the hotels you can go to there. Hey, Cherry, any advice for moving as a barber to San Antonio from SoCal, including areas to move to? So definitely, I would say the best area to work in is going to be it's considered the far west side of San Antonio. I would say go check out my homie Juvie. He's opening a shop called All Stars Barbershop in Alamo Ranch, and I think it's going to be super successful, and I think it's going to be super busy. Alamo Ranch in general is a really busy side of town, an area that's been the fastest growing part of side of town for 6 years here in San Antonio, and it's really busy over there. So yes, traffic sucks. Other than that, though, it's great that there's a lot of traffic there because that's where you can build a lot of clientele, and any shop you go work there. Any shop that you go work at in that area is going to be pretty busy with walk-ins, but I would highly recommend my barber. He's my barber, Juvie Garcia at All Stars Barbershop here in San Antonio. He's about to open in 3 weeks, and I think it's going to be a really busy location. His location right now is super busy. He has one other location. He's opening a second one, so definitely check that spot out, and I think you can do really well there. But definitely I wouldn't, and I want to emphasize that I'm not saying move to the west side of town. West side is not where you want to go. Far west side of town. It's called the Far West, Alamo Ranch area. So check it out. This is a great question I answer often as well. We are a new shop, family owned. We want to start selling products. How do you decide the best to have, local or big names? The biggest thing for someone just starting out and just selling products, and I say this even for me, is go with a product that has a lot of brand awareness. So, for instance, Johnny B has huge brand awareness with the general public, at least here in San Antonio. So, a customer will ask for Johnny B by name on its own. They'll ask for Suavecito by name on its own. So, and then also Level 3 is very popular, but that's also very popular with barbers. So what I would say for what products you want to distribute, one, all wholesale accounts with every product are going to be different. So look for the products that have the most brand awareness, the best wholesale prices so you can have the biggest margins, and go from there. And also make sure it's a product you like. You know what I mean? So for me, I sell Johnny B Level 3, and those are my two go-to right there. Like, you know, those are my two best-selling products, and I go to those. And also Level 3 is like wholesale prices are great, you know, and when you get a distributor account with them, and then they have really good products in my opinion. As far as a styling powder, I mean, I don't know any styling powder as good as Level 3 right now. So, but yeah, just definitely look for the products with most brand awareness and best wholesale margin prices so that you could be making the most profit. Local, most likely, with all due respect, unless a lot of people are asking for that local brand, it's super known, most likely they're not going to be getting the best wholesale pricing because they're not a big corporation buying millions of, you know, product. They're probably buying a few cases at a time if they're local. So their margins aren't that good. And then you have to tax to make the same margin you would on other products. So keep that into consideration. Advice on building your clientele after getting out of barber school. Advice for building clientele after getting out of barber school. 1, go work at the busiest shop in the city. I always say that. Go find the busiest shop in the city. Get in there and be a soldier. Knock out those walk-ins and just kill it. And for all these motherfuckers gonna say, don't slave yourself, your body's gonna hate you later and all this stuff. The human body was made to challenge itself on a regular. You think back in the old days they had to wake up and go hunt their food, kill, all this stuff? We're modernized, so everybody wants to relax. And the biggest thing I hear when I preach to barbers to grind, get gritty, hustle hard is, you say that now, wait till 20 years. Okay, will you hustle with also, you can hustle hard and hustle smart at the same time, and then that builds more. But these barbers who, don't work 20 years, your body's going to hate you for working so hard. No, it's not. It probably hates you because you've been drinking beer every weekend, not working out for 30 years, cutting hair all the time, hate your life, have a negative mindset. you're supposed to challenge yourself regularly to grow. So if I did 20 haircuts yesterday and I'm dog tired, I still want to wake up in the morning, do 20 haircuts and dog myself out again, because that's going to make you successful in the long run. Also, like I said, with the smarts, because now these years in, I'm not doing 20 haircuts. I'm not like just dying every day to survive, but make sure you're in that grind. So go to the busiest barbershop, be a soldier and take all those walk-ins, have amazing customer service. And at a busy barbershop, all those people are going to convert to clients, as long as you're more consistent than every barber in that shop. Cali in the Bay. I've been cutting 3 years, starting barber school next year. Do you recommend I start promoting myself on social media before I have my license? Yes, promote yourself now. You are a barber now. You're not legally a barber by a little piece of paper that's called a license that we all have to have, but it's really just government control. Yes, start promoting yourself. I'm a barber. Hit me up, hit me up, hit me up. Now, don't charge premium prices, of course. Don't be taxing people. But yeah, hit up some $15 haircuts. $10, $15 haircuts while you're in school. And just also, a huge thing is you are worth, everybody talks about haircut prices. That's like a huge thing in the industry. It's actually not even just a huge thing in the industry. It's a huge thing across all the general population that is fucking talking about haircut prices and barbers, and that barbers are ridiculous with haircut prices. Like, I don't hear people say carpet cleaners are ridiculous with carpet cleaning prices, because I remember I used to pay $99 for 3 rooms. Now it's $300 for 3 rooms. Like, I remember I used to pay $30 to get my yard mowed, and now I pay $60. But never do I tell these people, damn, I remember when that shit was $30. Damn, I remember when that shit was $99. I don't tell people that, because that's life. That's capitalism. That's inflation. That's, growing in your business. Like, every industry has got crazy inflated within the last 3 years, 2 years. Every industry, not just barbering. But the reason people are so upset is because they don't value barbers. And also, I guess they just can't afford them. I guess because it's not a necessity. HOA gonna hit you up if your grass isn't mowed. So you got to do that no matter what. But also, anybody can mow grass. Not anybody can cut hair. Because I always hear, oh, y'all doing barbers doing landscaping prices. You ain't cutting hair. You cutting hair, not grass, fam. And it's like, okay, but not anybody could cut hair, but anybody could cut grass. Like, you ain't fading, you ain't doing all this. And guess what? It takes almost the same amount of time. It takes probably 30 minutes for a front and backyard, 30 minutes for a haircut. So it's all about what people choose to do with their time. And you are worth whatever somebody is willing to pay. So haircut prices is irrelevant to everybody in the world except for you and your client. So you are worth whoever is willing to pay. End of story. So if you're an unlicensed barber and you want to start promoting yourself and charging for haircuts, I'm not one to tell you how much to charge. You're worth whatever somebody is willing to pay you. And for a lot of you, it's going to be nobody's willing to pay you a lot at the beginning. But, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Yes, I have my own shop, 5-Star Barber Co. I have my own shop, 5-Star Barber Co. in Leon Valley. Ooh, this is a great question by Tipton Law Firm SA, the goated attorney in all of San Antonio, Texas, and all of Texas. So Tipton Law Firm said, any tips for styling hair after a cut? Is it necessary? Styling hair after a haircut is 100% not necessary, but it is something that is going to keep your clients coming to you. And it is definitely, I do feel like you should style your client's hair to show them the desired look that they ask for. Usually when a client shows us a picture of a haircut, it's a finished style and cut. Everybody will just do the fade and not do the whole entire style. And then, so you got to give them the exact desired look they ask for. And I believe styling a cut should be included in every haircut service. One of my clients, I went up on prices too much for him. And he said, hey, I'm just be real. I can't afford you anymore. So I have to find a new barber. You have any recommendations? I recommended him multiple barbers in the city, and he has tried out like quite a few. And I told him, I'm just going to let you know right now, they're not going to clean up around your ears. They're not going to clean up on your neck, and they're not going to style your hair. And that's just a fact, and I'm just telling you that right now. So that was a little thing that you got spoiled with. And he actually came in today. His mom paid for his haircut for his birthday because she put in the notes that he's been getting messed up at other barbers. So he came today, and he's like, man, you were so right. Nobody at all styles my hair. He's like, nobody cleans up around my ears and all these things. But it's like, it's these things. And I told him that's why I charge what I charge, because I know I do more than every other barber that 95% of barbers in the city at a more efficient time and consistently. You know what I mean? So styling your client's hair, I feel, is a necessity in every haircut, and I feel it's very important. So you need to get that styling and fade down to be a perfectly well-rounded barber. And that'll also keep your clients coming back. That's something that keeps the client retention, is that hairstyling. Because especially if they have an event or something, I know my clients, they're like, they have an event, they need me to do their hair down to the style because they want to be the way Cherry the Barber left them for this event or this video or this whatever. So what have been your struggles coming into being a barber as a female barber? Well, obviously the industry is male dominated. So it is definitely harder to get respect from your peers, especially in barbershop atmosphere. Moms do not even want to go in the barbershop with their sons because of how uncomfortable they feel in a barbershop, much less a woman barber working there all the time. Guys have, no filter, and they just are different from women, obviously. So definitely the atmosphere is a lot different, especially I couldn't imagine being like super feminine chick in a barbershop with a bunch of dudes all day. I don't know how they do it, and it's definitely challenging. Luckily, female barbers are coming up big in the industry. I feel like more often I'm seeing more and more, which is amazing because, you don't see it a lot. It's a male-dominated industry. A few tips I'd have for that is, one, build your clientele as much as you can at whatever shop you can. And, you know what I'm saying? Build your own stuff, It's going to be harder, like I said, to build a name, for people to put respect on your name as a female barber. A big thing that I always thought, well, not always thought, I actually knew, but I was like, guys aren't going to come up to me and say that a grown man can't tell another grown man, man, I look up to that chick. She's my idol. I want to be like her. What grown man is going to say they want to be like a woman or that they aspire to what this woman's doing? Like, a grown man is not going to do that. So it's like that alone too is hard, is gaining respect from your peers. Men, especially, I'll say this is going to be a major reel right here. Yo, barbers in the RGV in South Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley, barbers in the RGV, Hispanic barber culture does not respect women. And that's fucking facts. Like, never have I gotten, like, I get support. The younger cats, luckily, the younger dudes are starting to like they don't care about all that. But them old school Hispanic dudes do not respect women, bro. They will not support a woman. They probably wouldn't even let a woman work in their barbershop. Like, and I can name a bunch, but I'm not going to. But 9 out of 10 of, barbershops, barber schools, and just like barbers in general out in the RGV in South Texas with that old school Hispanic culture do not respect women. So I know I just went on a rant, but it is super hard to gain, just in general, respect from men in the industry, male dominated. And then just, that's pretty much it. But either way, you just ignore it, because the biggest thing that's going to separate any barber, even if they're female, whoever, with respect, is clientele and professionalism. Like, as long as you're grinding, respect and professionalism, like, is always going to overcome that barrier when you're first starting as a female barber in the industry and trying to like earn respect from peers. That's going to override that, because they don't have those things if they don't have respect for you. So if a barber doesn't have respect for you, he doesn't have professionalism and integrity and things like that. So as long as you have those things, it'll eventually rise like above the negativity of, you know, being a female barber in the industry. My shop name is TikTok Barbershop. That's a cool name, dude. Maybe I should name mine that. Let's see. What do you do if someone comes in with really gross, dirty hair? I'm not gonna lie. I don't really shampoo. I don't shampoo dudes and shit like that. It's not included in my services, and I don't offer that service. I'm not a full service salon. I'm an express barber. I'm gonna give you the best haircut and style of your life, and that's it. Get up out of my chair after that. But one, if someone comes in with super dirty hair, you could just go wash their hair in the sink if you want to. But you're gonna charge them for that. But also, it might throw off your times of your schedule. They come in with gross, dirty hair 9 times out of 10. I'm gonna use one trimmer and one clipper to cut their hair only, and I'm not gonna like use all my clippers or trimmers. And honestly, I'm gonna get them in and out, and afterwards I'm gonna sanitize all my stuff really good, change the capes, and then tell them, hey bro, next time you need to wash your hair. And your hair, like, I will straight up tell them, like, you're filthy, you need to wash your hair next time you come up in my chair. And just have some respect for yourself, bro, because there's no point in paying. That's like having on, you know what I'm saying, Louis Vuitton clothes in a Pinto, in a little hoopty ass car. Like, why are you gonna come get a haircut by the GOAT at a premium price and get the best haircut of your life, but you musty and dusty? You gotta put some respect on yourself so that I can respect you as well. Saffro fades in the building. Mr. Charlie, my dog, said there are very, very few shops that are female friendly. This is a fact. It's not easy for these female barbers out here. My dog Anthony Blends, what up? All right, y'all got any more questions? I think we did pretty good today, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me and asking me questions and whatnot. Let's see. Anybody want to go live with me? Can I just invite random people? I'm going to invite Jay Majors real quick because I want to ask him a question. And I'm going to try to go live with the barber plug. I invited both of them. Let's see if any of them will answer me. My dog Jax. Go follow Jax the Baller. It's my homie. Y'all good? Hey. I try to invite people to come on. Let's see if he comes. Hey. Boom. Fact, shout out all the female barbers. Before I dip off though too, I invited I said Jay Majors is unable to join. I was trying to get Jay or Barber Plug on here because another thing about barber battles and expos is a lot of people are not knowing the history behind these barber battles and expos. And I realized that this weekend there's a whole wave of barbers that are like in the barber battle and expo situation but don't really know how it originated, when it originated, like things like that. And I'm super interested in the history of barber battles and expos. So Curtis Smith, his name's Exotics on Instagram, XOTICT. Let me see if he could go live with me. He invented the Barber Expo. He's an OG now. He put on Pacino's everybody. So he's like super OG. So if there was like a godfather of barber battles and expos, it's Jay Majors and Curtis Smith Exotics. And you know, they've been around for a while, but they're getting more and more mainstream, and I want to make it my purpose to make barber battles and expos as mainstream as possible, and also lift up the standards of professionalism at these barber battles and expos. Don't be throwing no barber battle and expos at a fucking quince hall. Don't be throwing no barber battles and expo at a barbershop with no AC in the hood. Put some respect on our industry and the networking event you're putting together. There is a market for every avenue. But what I'm saying, my purpose is I want to raise awareness for barber battles and expos and make sure that they are nice so that they put a certain level of respect and professionalism on our industry. Because otherwise we won't get respected as professionals as a whole. And, you know what I'm saying? So know the history. I'm going to put a little history together, a little barber battle history thing, and then we can go from there. I just need Jay and Exotics to cooperate so that we can go in and talk about all the expos and stuff. But shout out to y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in. Also, I don't know if I stress this enough. I want to say it again about this weekend. So this weekend, I was not supposed to compete. I was like, I told myself, like I quote unquote promised myself, which clearly my promises don't mean anything to myself. But I promised myself I wouldn't compete. I have to be at my booth. I want to interact and I want to network. There's enough time for all of it. All right. So I just borrowed somebody's clippers, competed, and still found a model there and still placed. Placing, all that stuff means nothing. What means the most is challenging myself and having a competitive spirit. So when people say barber battles are for validation, barber battles are for fucking clout, whatever, it's for none of that. It's because we feel like challenging ourselves. It's because we have a competitive spirit. Like I said, homie said I was too, you don't need to be competing here, you know, like I'm an OG or whatever. I'm like, no, it's still fun. I just want to do it. And then also a huge thing for me is when I go to these shows, I see these people look up to me. And then if they beat me in a barber battle, imagine how amazing they feel. Like they beat Cherry. So then it's like, I just want people to know too that like new barbers are better than me. There's a barber right now with 0 followers way better than me. But it's just so fun. You'll never know who you're better than at any given time if you don't challenge yourself, put yourself in compromising situations that challenge you and help you, you know, grow and compete. So it's really crazy that seeing at these expos too, though, is that like what I was saying is that all these fucking companies are all making the same clipper, bro. That's crazy, and I think we all need to talk. Maybe I should invite Marv. Nah. If anybody's corporate, they won't talk about it. Like if anybody's signed by a company, if anybody's signed by a company, they're not gonna talk about what I'm talking about, because they don't want to get like, well, I don't know, because Babyliss and Wall, all the respect to them, they're like true innovators. Obviously, Wall invented the motorized clipper. They invented the motorized clipper. Andes and Oster used to work for Wall back in the early 1900s when they invented that clipper. They actually worked for them in their like manufacturing thing. Then they branched off, made their own clipper. What I don't understand is like a motorized clipper not trademarked by Wall, or like do they license it? I don't know. But either way, they did invent it. The thing is though, and then Babyliss, they do innovate their own things. They like have an innovator, they drop something and then they create that off of their whoever's creating, innovating, and building their clippers. But there's about 5 clipper companies out here or more that all have the same clipper private labeled and are getting run by China, and they're saturating the shit out of the market. And it's odd to me. Oh shit. All right. Well, I just got an Amber Alert. It messed everything up. So I don't know. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Let me see. Oh, I got a whole $2 from my lives. But all right, see y'all later. Oh wait, what's a good line to say to customers when handing out business cards? A huge thing, I'm gonna be honest. Business cards are dead. Business cards are dead. You should check out something called Barber. It's on social media. Even though they didn't sponsor my expo, I'm still gonna give them love. But Barber, it's like you can just boop, tap your phone and it gives all your socials, your booking link, and everything to these people. That's the way people will find you. And then my biggest thing is I would give my social media to somebody if I wanted them to come tip for a haircut over a business card, because they're going to lose that business card. But if they follow me on social media, every time they open social media, my ass is going to be posting a reel or posting some content. So they're going to keep seeing me. So I'd rather give someone my social media, because everybody, whether they like it or not, is on social media right now. So I'll be fresh to them every time I post. And then they'll be more likely to book an appointment with me through social media. Business cards, people are throwing away business cards. People are not keeping business cards. And, I think it's kind of a wasted part of marketing. If you truly want to connect with somebody, hey, I'm a barber, blah, blah, blah. Love to have you at the shop. You should get that, that bopper or that popple, where you just tap it on the phone and all your socials pop up, all your info, booking link, everything. They can save all that stuff. Best clippers to use when cutting is going to be Magic Clips, the Babyliss FX, and the FX Shaver. If you go to the link in my bio, 5starbarberco.com, link in my bio, I have the clipper combo collection that I recommend for beginners. You could purchase it there. I'm actually shipping out a couple today. And then also, check out all my other products at 5starbarberco.com. I really appreciate it. You get all your barber wants and needs, 5starbarberco.com. We even got some merch on there. And like I said, all my recommendations are going to be on my website, 5starbarberco.com. Anything I recommend you to cut with: straight razors, neck dusters, combs, clipper combo collection, color enhancements, anything that I recommend is going to be on my website. So go check it out, 5starbarberco.com. Thanks for tuning in right now. Shout out my homie Jax, and shout out everybody that tuned in. Shout out Jay Blends. Shout out Charlie the Barber. I'll see you at the 5-Star Barber Expo. We actually do have some huge announcements for the 5-Star Barber and Beauty Expo coming up super soon. And it's not till next March, but y'all aren't ready. It's gonna be crazy. Biggest barber battle and beauty expo in Texas. Probably is gonna be in the US by year 10. But appreciate y'all. See y'all later. Damn, now I'm being a lot of traffic. 600 viewers?